Hello my dear friends and welcome back to a very special Star Wars video. Lucasfilm just dropped the first official public teaser trailer for The Mandalorian and Grogu, the Star Wars movie coming May 2026 by Jon Favreau. We've been waiting a long time for this moment. There were rumors the trailer was supposed to drop last Thursday, but as you know, there was a bit of Disney drama behind the scenes with ABC and Jimmy Kimmel, and so leakers started saying it was going to drop this week. And what an exciting thing to wake up to on a Monday morning. We have some brand new footage, but also some new details from StarWars.com. Not just this, but they seem to have confirmed a major leak I had back in December. I'm here to break it all down, and if you're new to my channel, my name is Star Wars Meg, your one-stop shop for all things Star Wars, whether that's daily news, lore, breakdown, speculation, and if you enjoy this video and you like what I do, please consider subscribing, but no more jibber jabber, let's dive straight in. So in case you've not been following the rumor mill and you're a bit out of the loop, The Mandalorian and Grogu isn't quite The Mandalorian Season 4. It does pick up right after Season 3, but it's been described as a clump of missions that was originally going to make up part of Jon Favreau's 4th season. At this stage, we don't know if the Mandalorian TV show is going to return to Disney+, because Lucasfilm wants to prioritize Star Wars on the big screen again. And so the first Star Wars movie since 2019's The Rise of Skywalker is The Mandalorian and Grogu. Now, as we saw at the end of Season 3, Din Djarin is an independent contractor of the New Republic. When Carson Tavor of Adelphi Squadron offered him a job, Mando agreed, but with very strict terms. He would assess each mission on a case-by-case basis. Now he has a son. Grogu is officially his Mandalorian apprentice, and even though the movie is called The Mandalorian and Grogu, Grogu's official Mando name is Din Grogu, just like Din Djarin. So the movie is evidently going to show us some of these missions, but at the same time, we're going to see Din train Grogu, and this might prove to be more difficult than Din thinks, because at the end of the day, even though he rejected the ways of the Jedi, Grogu is still a Force sensitive. He still regularly uses his powers. So unless he's going to get advice from the likes of Ezra Bridger, Grogu doesn't have a Force sensitive mentor. Now we'll get into the official plots laid out by StarWars.com in just a minute, but according to the rumors, the plot of the movie is Din Djarin and Grogu taking on a very dangerous mission. It's not assigned by Carson Tavor, we still have no idea if he's going to be in this movie, but Sigourney Weaver's character. She tasks Mando with bringing in Jabba the Hutt's son, Rotta the Hutt, being voiced by the Bear's Jeremy Allen White. This is a character you remember from the Clone Wars movie, but he's all grown up, and judging by the footage in this trailer, he's the Hutt equivalent of a gladiator, and the New Republic wants him for his crimes. And it seems like Mando is throwing himself into the arena. And that's another thing to note. This trailer shows us all kinds of brand new weird and wonderful creatures. There are some amazing aliens in this. Let me break this down. The first is the Armani. The Amanin are one of the most intimidating original trilogy species, but this trailer makes them look absolutely terrifying. I mean, that is something out of a horror movie, and I'm here for it. It's spooky season, isn't it? Another alien which also appeared in the prequel trilogy but also the Bad Batch is an Iktochi, the same species as Jedi Master Saesee Tiin, but he's long dead, so this is someone else. And did you know, some of the species from Dedrick have come to life. The one we see in the Gladiator Ring is the Mantellian Savrip. Kudos to ILM because their designs, their creature designs, are always top notch. I love the Sand Monster in Book of Boba Fett, I love the Krayt Dragon in Season 2, I love the giant crocodile lake monster, and I can imagine a lot of toys coming out of this film. I definitely need a Black Series figure Rotta. Now the trailer opens with a super cinematic shot of Adelphi base, the New Republic base we saw in the last season. The movie was filmed for IMAX, so I do expect it to look spectacular. But flying across the screen is not Mando's N1 Naboo starfighter, he's got a brand new Razor Crest. This movie is truly returning to Mando's roots. We don't know how he gets it though. Is he going to make one of his regular stops to Tatooine? Does Peli Motto have a hand in this? And we'll talk about this in a second, but this movie does have massive connections to the Book of Boba Fett. I don't know about Tamara Morrison and Boba himself, but there are a few returning characters from that show we do need to discuss. But on Adelphi base, regardless of if we see Carson Tavor, there are two characters helping Mando, Sigourney Weaver's character and another familiar face. A returning character who made a cameo in Season 3, but is best known for appearing first in Star Wars Rebels, Zeb Orrelios. According to concept art shown in Japan at Star Wars Celebration, Zeb is also set to appear in Ahsoka Season 2, again, helping the New Republic against Grand Admiral Thrawn. But in this trailer, my friends, we see our first ever official glimpse of Zeb kicking ass in live action. This is stuff we'd see in Star Wars Rebels, so I was so excited to see this shot. Zeb appears to be taking down remnant troopers. And that's another thing to note. The New Republic has a base on Adelphi, but it seems like on the other side of the island, so does the Imperial Remnant, the warlords who want to bring the Empire back. Not all of them have the same motives. Some want to bring back Palpatine, others have ambitions to further the military, in dreaming of a new kind of empire, and then there's Grand Admiral Thrawn and Pelion. From everything we've heard, I don't think they're in the movie. There might be a ripple effect by feeling their presence secondhand, but the main Imperial warlord in this film is the one being played by Johnny Coyne. But just like in Season 1, with the Remnants being on the back foot, and without too much funding, their troopers always look very grubby. I also think it was adorable seeing Grogu with a little telescope. I think we already know that Disney is going to really exploit his cuteness. They've been doing it for years with the 3 seasons of the TV show, but now there's a movie, it's a much bigger deal, and a wider reach. Another major component of Din Djarin and Grogu's allyship are the Anzellan droidsmiths that we saw in Season 3 on Navarro, the ones who assisted Greef Karga and aided in the rebuilding of IG-12. It's going to be really sad watching a Mandalorian movie without Carl Weathers. I hope they dedicate it to him, because at the end of the day, Navarro is going to be Din Djarin and Grogu's home. That's where they establish themselves at the end of the 3rd season, unless for whatever reason, it gets blown up and they have to move. That'd be a very Jon Favreau thing to do, because Mando already has tons of enemies, and they're about to make some more. Another huge part of this trailer that was also shown in previous footage are the AT-ATs, the ones on the ice planet that might be Hoth. We know that the Warlord, being played by Johnny Coyne, is the financier of the Shadow Council. He wants to militarize. He's going to be a big thorn in the New Republic side, but we don't know the specifics of each of Mando's missions. But one of the coolest parts of the trailer for me as an Andor fan was seeing a U-Wing in action. They've certainly taken a page or two out of Tony Gilroy's playbook, and I'm all for it. And you'll notice the trailer ends with a new logo. They've gone for a more Goonies, Indiana Jones style type of thing, signifying the movie is firmly in the adventure genre. I have to admit, I'm a big fan of this trailer, they've done a great job with it. It does to me feel a bit more like an extension of the TV show, instead of being a standalone film, but I guess that's the point. They want to attract a new audience, while also retaining fans who enjoyed the first 3. But as someone who admittedly wasn't the biggest fan of the 3rd season compared to the first 2, I am hoping this movie's gonna blow me away. And the score, oh my goodness. Ludwig Göransson's classic Mando theme, it gets me every time. As Luke would say, that was a cheap shot. But no, it was a great way to start my Monday, and the movie looks like a lot of fun. And we also have this awesome, vibrant poster to go with it. Like I said, this reminds me of Indiana Jones, but they've given away 2 massive cameos. One's which I spoke about back in December when Skeleton Crew was airing, and Star Wars Meg was right, the Hutt twins from the Book of Boba Fett, more of Jabba's family, are going to be making a return. They've gone back to Nal Hutta, so we have 3 Hutts, the twins, and Rotta. Do you think we might see Jabba flashbacks? And the reason I think this is really poignant and poetic is because if Rotta ends up joining the New Republic, he's joining the side where one of the leading generals is the person who strangled his dad. I also love seeing the Razor Crest with the X-Wings. So now let's get into the official synopsis. They say this: if you're searching for a new adventure, this is the way. The evil empire has fallen, and Imperial warlords remain scattered throughout the galaxy. As the fledgling New Republic works to protect everything the rebellion has fought for, they have enlisted the help of legendary Mandalorian bounty hunter Din Djarin and his young apprentice Grogu. The Clan of Two, which is known as Clan Mudhorn, is ready for the fight. A brand new Razor Crest has landed in our first look at the highly anticipated next chapter in the Mandalorian story, alongside glimpses of Din Djarin and Grogu on their next adventure. The film is directed by Jon Favreau, who is also producing alongside Kathleen Kennedy, Dave Filoni, and Ian Bryce. And they do confirm that Ludwig is scoring the movie. The movie drops on May 22nd, 2026. And all I can say, to be honest, is this is the way. If you are new to my channel, by the way, guys, go check out my recent videos. If you want more information about leaks, the potential opening crawl for the movie, and all of the details, I've been covering this movie for over a year. But what did you guys think of our very first glimpse? Share your thoughts in the comments down below.